Imagine a cake so fragrant it transforms your kitchen into an orange grove, filling the air with the warmth of cinnamon and the sweetness of caramelized sugar. A cake so unique with a delicate lace-like texture, soft, moist and melting in your mouth, that it carries the soul of Greece in every bite. Today I'm going to teach you how to make Portokalopita, the legendary Greek orange cake that isn't just a recipe, it's an experience. Stay with me because you're about to uncover all the secrets behind this traditional masterpiece, a dessert as rich in history as it is in flavor. And at the end I'll share a special tip to take your Portokalopita to the next level. Get ready to fall in love. Let's begin with the heart of this dessert, the syrup. In a saucepan, combine 375 milliliters of water, 325 g of granulated sugar, and 85 milliliters of freshly squeezed orange juice. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love using Bahia oranges for my cakes. They're extra aromatic and naturally sweeter, adding even more depth to this recipe. To make this syrup irresistibly fragrant, add a cinnamon stick, and if you want an extra touch of magic, 1/4 teaspoon of orange blossom water. Turn on the heat, bring it to a boil, then lower the heat and let it simmer gently for 15 minutes. And let me tell you, the aroma that will fill your kitchen? It's hypnotizing. Sensory heaven. Just make this recipe and you'll understand. A quick tip here. Keep an eye on the saucepan because syrup tends to bubble up when it boils, and we definitely don't want a sticky mess in the kitchen, right? After 15 minutes, turn off the heat and let the syrup cool completely. While the syrup is resting, it's time to prepare the phyllo dough, the ingredient that makes Portokalopita unlike any other cake. Grab 450 g of phyllo sheets, those delicate ultra-thin layers that feel like paper. To dry them out properly, preheat your oven to 90 degrees Celsius 195 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, carefully crumple each sheet with your hands, breaking them into folds. Spread them out on baking trays and place them in the oven for 10 minutes. Then flip them over, rotate the trays and bake for another 8 minutes. Turn off the oven, but leave the door slightly open to let the phyllo dry out completely. Once ready, crumble the sheets with your hands into small flakes. This step is essential. It's what gives our cake its incredible texture. With the phyllo ready, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large bowl, whisk 4 eggs with 145 g of granulated sugar until light and airy. Add the zest of 2 oranges, 285 g of plain Greek yogurt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix well. Next, stir in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, ensuring everything is well incorporated. Now let's talk about oil. This recipe calls for 240 milliliters of vegetable oil and 125 milliliters of orange juice. I personally used canola oil as it's neutral, but you can use any light-tasting oil. And believe it or not, you can even use olive oil. In Greece, that's actually the traditional choice, adding a deep, bold flavor to the cake. But let's be real. Olive oil can be quite pricey, so a neutral oil works just fine. Slowly pour this mixture into the batter, stirring gently. Now comes the most delicate step. Incorporating the dried phyllo dough. Do this slowly and patiently in 2 or 3 additions to ensure the mixture is evenly combined. The result? A rich, fragrant batter, unlike any cake batter you've seen before. Grease a 20 by 30 centimeters baking dish. Pour in the batter and bake for 50 to 60 minutes. But keep an eye on it. Around the 40 to 50 minute mark, check the surface. It should be golden and caramelized but not burnt. Once out of the oven, poke small holes all over the cake using a toothpick or fork. I also like to cut it into 4 sections at this point. It helps the cake absorb the syrup even better. Now for the best part, our divine aromatic syrup. Slowly drizzle it over the cake, adding a little at a time to allow it to absorb fully before adding more. This is what gives Portokalopita that incredibly moist, glistening texture that makes it simply unforgettable. Once all the syrup is added, let the cake cool completely before cutting into it. Trust me, the wait is worth it. And there you have it, your homemade Portokalopita. Can you smell that? It's as if a little piece of Greece has arrived in your kitchen. This cake is pure comfort, perfect for sharing with loved ones, and pairs beautifully with a scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of Greek yogurt. And the best part? It tastes even better the next day when the flavors have fully melded together. If you loved this recipe, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me bring more amazing recipes like this your way. And before you go, check out the next video popping up on your screen. I know you're going to love it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.